Hi students, now coming to the next topic, alternative or branching statements. Okay, this alternative or branching statement is also called as decision making statements. Okay, in our day to day life, we need to take various decisions and choose alternate path to achieve our goal. For example, you are standing here and this is your home. So this is the road. Okay, now you want to go to your home, but the road is blocked, so you can't go this way. Then what will you do? So you are taking alternative path to reach your home. Okay, it is called decision making. The same thing you are going to learn in this topic. Alternative or branching means it having two or more choices. Finally you will get only one result as an output based on the condition. Okay, which means here one condition is given. Okay, condition is given. For example, if you want to find out the given number is odd or even, this is odd, this is even. So if this condition is true, you have to take that number is even. If that condition is false, you have to take that number is odd. Okay, so these statements are executed based on the condition. Okay, based on the condition. So these branching statements or alternative statements are executed based on the condition. Okay, these statements are divided into three types. Okay, what are they? Simple if statement, and next one is if else statement, and third if else, which means if else. Okay, a simple if else, if else. Okay, so first let us see about simple if statement. Okay, the simple if is the simplest of all decision making statements. Okay, simplest of all decision making statements. So right here, decision making. Okay, decision making statement. So the simple if is the simplest of all decision making statements. Okay, this is simple if statement. Here condition will be given in the form of relational or logical expression. Okay, condition will be given in the form of relational or logical expression. Okay, relational or logical expression. Relational and logical expression means what? Condition will be given like this: a is less than or equal to 10, x is equal to 5. Okay, let us see this index for simple if statement. Write if, and next here write condition, and then here write colon symbol. After that write statements. Okay, statements. So this is block 1. Okay, here one condition is given and statements are given. If this condition is true, then the block 1 statements will be executed, otherwise it will be terminated. Okay, if this condition is true, then block 1 statements will be executed, otherwise nothing happens here. Okay, let's see one program. This is the program to check the age and print whether eligible for voting. First the input function is given. X is the variable, and int input enter your age. Okay, the Python interpreter asks to you enter your age. Next if condition is given here. See here, this is the if condition. If condition is given, what condition? X is greater than or equal to 18. X means what? X is your age. Okay, your age is greater than or equal to 18. Check this condition. Okay, 18 means what? This is the eligible age for voting. Above 18 age is the eligible age for voting. So here 18 is given, and next print you are eligible for voting. So see the output. First enter your age. Enter your age. Here you have to enter your age. Okay, suppose your age is 25. Now x equal to what? 25. Here write 25 is greater than or equal to 18. This condition is true or false? 25 is greater than 18. Okay, so this condition is true. So if this condition is true, then you have to execute the statement. Okay, what is the statement? You are eligible for voting. So right here, you are eligible for voting. Okay, this is the output. Suppose you are giving your age as 13. Okay, not 25, 13. Now x equal to what? 13. Check this condition. 13 is greater than or equal to 18. This condition is true or not? 13 is not greater than 18. So this condition is false. Enter your age 13, and next if this condition is false, there is no output will be printed. Okay, you will get like this. Only this Python prompt will be displayed on the output screen, because this program does not check the alternative process when the condition is failed. Okay, now if this condition is true, then the statement will be executed. If that condition is false, no output will be printed on the output screen. Okay, because here if part only is given, else part is not given. Okay, so if this condition is true, then you have to execute the statements. Otherwise, no output will be printed on the output screen. Okay, so next see about if-else statement. It having two blocks. What are they? True block and false block. It provides control to check the true block as well as false block. If-else statements having two blocks, true block and false block. Okay, which means it provides two possibilities, and the condition determines which block is to be executed. Okay, if the given condition is true, then block 1 statements will be executed. If the condition is false, then block 2 statements will be executed. Okay, simple if statement having block 1 statements only. Okay, true block only. But if else statements having block 1 and block 2 statements, which means it having true block as well as false block. Okay, let's see this index for if else statement. If this is if, here write condition. Okay, here write condition, next write colon symbol, and here write the statement. Statements means block 1 statements, true block statements. Okay, and next write else colon and statements block 2. Okay, this is block 2 statements. This is true statements, this is false statements. Okay, you have to check this condition. If this condition is true, then you have to execute these statements. Okay, if that condition is false, you have to execute these statements. It is similar to the conditional operator. How will you write this index for conditional operator? This is the syntax for conditional operator. I already explained about this conditional operator in the previous chapter. This is the variable, this is the condition. If this condition is true, then you have to take this value. If this condition is false, then you have to take this value. Okay, this is true value, this is false value. So this if else statement is similar to this conditional operator. Okay, so this is the flowchart of if else statement. You have to start from here entry, and next here condition is given. Condition, if this condition is true, which means if condition. Okay, if this condition is true, then you have to execute these statements. Okay, block 1 statements. If this condition is false, it executes block 2 statements. Okay, if this condition is true, then block 1 statement will be executed. If this condition is false, then block 2 statements will be executed. Okay, after that exit. Okay, so this is the flowchart of if else statement. Let's see one program. Okay, this is the program to find the given number is odd or even. Okay, odd or even. First give the input function. A is equal to int input, enter any number. So write the output here. Enter any number. Enter any number. Let us assume 30. Okay. So A is equal to what? 30. Next condition is given. A modulus 2 is equal to 0. A means what? 30. Okay. So 30 modulus 2 is equal to 0. Okay. Modulus means what? You have to take the remainder value. So you have to divide 30 by 2 and take the remainder value. Check that remainder value is equal to 0 or not. Okay. 30 divided by 2 means what? So what is the remainder value? 0. 0 is equal to 0. This is true or false? True. This condition is true. Okay. So if this condition is true, then print A. A means what? Variable. Value of A is what? 30. So write here 30. Next write this whole string is an even number. If that remainder value is equal to 0, then that number is called what? Even number. If that remainder value is not equal to 0, then you have to execute the else part. Okay. That is A is an odd number. See another one output. Enter any number. Let us take 15. Okay. So now A is equal to what? 15. Next check the condition. A modulus 2 is equal to 0. A means what? 15. Okay. A 15 modulus 2 is equal to 0. So you have to divide this 15 by 2 and take the remainder value, then come back with 0. Okay. 15 divided by 2 what? 7, 14, and next 15 minus 14, 1. So this is the remainder value. 1 is the remainder value. So 1 is equal to 0. This condition is true or not? Not true. Okay. If this condition is true, then this statement will be executed. Otherwise, if this condition is false, then this else part will be executed. Okay. Now this condition is false. So A. What is the value of A? 15. 15 is an odd number. So this is the example for if else statement. Okay. Next let us see about if else statement, which means if else. Okay. Here if the condition is true, block 1 statements will be executed. Okay. Otherwise the control checks the condition 2. Okay. This is condition 1 and next this is condition 2. Okay. If it is true, if this second condition is true, then block 2 statements will be executed. Okay. And even if it fails, if this condition is also fails, then else part will be executed. Okay. So it check the condition first. Okay. If that condition is true, then true block will be executed. True block will be executed. Otherwise, if this condition is false, then it checks another one condition. If that condition is true, then block 2 statements will be executed. Okay. This is block 1. This is block 2. If this condition is also fails, then it checks the else part. Okay. This is the else part, false part. Okay. So this is the flow chart. This is the if condition. If this condition is true, then block 1 statements will be executed. Okay. Otherwise, if condition is false, then there will be next condition, that is elif. Okay. Next check this condition. If this condition is true, then execute this block statements. Okay. Block 2 statements. If this condition also false, execute block 3 statements. Okay, block 3 or block n statements, which means you have to execute the else part here. So after that, stop the program. Okay, if this if else statement is similar to nested if statement, okay, nested, it is similar to nested if statement which you have studied in C++. Okay, see one example. In this program we are going to print the grade based on your marks. Okay, m1 and m2 are called variables. Okay, this is the input function. You have to enter mark in the first subject to m1 variable and enter mark in second subject to m2 variable. This is the output. Enter mark in first subject. Okay, here write your mark 60. The Python interpreter asks to you to enter your first subject mark. Okay, so you are giving your mark as an input, that is 60. Okay, what is the value for m1 variable? m1 is equal to 60. Okay, next enter mark in second subject. Here you have to give the second subject mark, that is 70. Okay, now we are going to find out the grade. Okay, here your average mark and grade is given. If your mark is greater than or equal to 80 and above, you will get grade A. If your mark greater than or equal to 70 and less than 80, then your grade is B. If your mark is greater than or equal to 60 and less than 70, then your grade is C. If your mark is greater than or equal to 50 and less than 60, then your grade is D. If your mark is less than 50, then you will get the grade E. Okay, so here now you have to calculate your average. Okay, average formula is what? m1 plus m2 divided by 2. Calculate total number of subject marks and divide that total with the number of subjects. Okay, here 2 subject marks are given. Okay, so m1 plus m2 divided by 2. m1 subject mark 60 and m2 70. Okay, 70. So you have to add these 2 marks. Okay, 60 plus 70 divided by 2. Total number of subjects 2. So you have to divide by 2. Then add 60 plus 70, 130 divided by 2. 6, 5. So your average mark is 65. Okay, your average mark is 65. So now you have to check the condition and find out the grade. First condition is what? If average is greater than or equal to 80. Average mark is what? 65. Average mark is 65. So you have to compare that 65 with 80. Okay, 65 is greater than or equal to 80. Is true or false? 65 is not greater than or not equal to 80. Okay, so it is false. This condition is false. If this condition is true, then you have to print this grade A. Okay, but this condition is false, so you have to skip this statement. Next, see here, if next condition is given. Next condition is what? Average is greater than or equal to 70 and average is less than 80. Okay, average value is what? 65. This 65 is greater than or equal to 70 and below 80. Okay, 70 to 79. Average value 65 is not greater than or not equal to 70. So you have to skip this statements also. Next, check next condition. Okay, average is greater than or equal to 60 and average is less than 70. Okay, 65 is greater than or equal to 60. This is true or false? This is true. Okay, this average is less than 70 and greater than or equal to 60. Okay, so these 2 conditions are true. If this condition is true, then you have to print this statement. Okay, now this condition is true because 65 is greater than 60 and lesser than 70. So print here grade is equal to C. Okay, your grade is what? C. So this is the output for this code. Okay, let us take your first mark is 90, your second subject mark is 80. Then calculate the average. Okay, 90 plus 80 divided by 2, 170 divided by 2, you will get 85. Now your average mark is 85. Check this condition. Now your average value is what? 85. 85 is greater than or equal to 80. 85 is greater than 80. Okay, so this condition is true. Then you have to print this statement here. Okay, what is grade is equal to A. Suppose your first subject mark 40, second subject mark 50, and then add these two, 90 divided by 2, you will get your average for these 2 marks 45. Then you have to check these conditions to find the grade. This average 45 is greater than or equal to 80. No, this is false. So you have to skip this statement. See here, okay. Next, check this condition. 45 is greater than or equal to 70. No, this is also false. And next, 45 is greater than or equal to 60. No, this is also false. And next, 45 is greater than or equal to 50. No, skip this statement also. And next, see here, else, if all the conditions are fails, then you have to see this else part. Okay, see here, print grade E. So if all the conditions are fails, then you have to print grade E. Okay, here one if condition is given, within that if condition another one if condition is given. If one if condition is nested within another one if condition is called nested if condition. Okay, so you can call this nested if else statement. Okay, so you can call this nested if else statements, because here one if condition is declared within another if condition. Okay, so it is called nested if else. So this is about alternative or branching statements.